So this is Call of the Netherdeep. The adventure starts with you all in a village called Jagao. Jorhas, the land where Jagao is, and you are right here. And then there's a close-up map right here of the town. And you're welcome to look down here at what's going on in the town, because you guys will have started the adventure after having kind of wandered around a bit to see what all is taking place here. You arrive here into the Jumble, which is a large district of tangled roads and single-story buildings in Jagao. There's people everywhere, mostly orcs and goblins here. They move through the streets laughing, singing, running, sightseeing, all enthralled by the raucous sights and the sounds of the festival that's going on here in this town. And there's colorful signs everywhere, banners that point to the festival booths and to various competitions. You hear people cheering as competitions are taking place. Let's do some character intros, starting with Josh. Go ahead, Josh.
Karavroth, Link's Cassindalor, is a Drakenblood wizard. He has a owl named DeLorean. That is his familiar. He is in this area, and he's kind of cagey about why he's here. Or Tom, is this a situation where are we assuming we all know each other, or are we meeting for the first time in Jagao?
Let's assume you've been on one or two adventures already before, and we'll kind of flash back to maybe how you met in the future.
Okay.
But for now, you are adventuring together, and you have come to this town.
Okay, so then he would probably have revealed that he's a agent of the Volstrucker, which is the Daedalian Empire's kind of secret police, and they are enemies of the Kreen dynasty. So he is here on I'm assuming he's here on some kind of a secret mission.
And he might have missed the day in class where they told me they were the secret police.
Well, I'm assuming that these are like agents that he's running, so that he's that his fellow adventurers are.
I would think
agents.
I would think he's probably keeping it a secret still, because Jorhas is definitely at war with the Daedalian Empire.
Okay. So even from the rest of the party, these would not be ones he would tell.
Especially since two of them are drow.
Oh, yeah, no, never mind. He's just an adventurer.
Yeah.
And as far as you guys know, that's all he is.
Okay, and he is a wizard, chronergy wizard level. Next is...
Yeah. What do we call you, though? What do we call you?
Karavroth? Is that right?
Karavroth. Yep, Karavroth.
Karavroth.
Can you just say that second part of your name, just so...
Yeah, Link's Cassindalor.
Golf clap there.
All right.
My middle boy would pick Dragonborn characters just because he would giggle when I'd have to try to say their names.
Shane, tell us about your character. All right, we'll get back to your full background and description. Next time we play, when you're at home somewhere safer. But so in Menagerie Coast, you said you are a pirate of the Revelry Pirates.
No one knows I'm a pirate.
No one knows. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. We're just all getting outed today.
And next we got RL. Go ahead.
Yep. So here's the funny thing. That's my picture of a drow. So I'm playing Reginine, who looks 100% like an orc, but definitely believes he's a drow, right? So this might a little bit conflict with what you're doing, but a Luxon-born, obviously a follower of the Luxon religion from Kryn, the Kryn dynasty. A little bit of a little misguided soul, very an orc, but swears up and down he's a drow. Very, I guess, from an outward visual optics, very extremely squalor looking, right? Even his chainmail is rusty, his cloak is tattered. Everything about him is, hobo chic. But he's definitely speaks in a drow accent from the Kryn dynasty, and obviously a very strong practitioner of the Luxon religion, to the point where he's almost like paladin of the Luxon faith, but he's 100% a orc and seems to have a super identity. That's Reginine. And Reginine is actually Italian, or a bastardization of Italian, because he, just further, Josh, to conflict with you, he was actually a member of the Aurora Watch. So Regina actually is Italian queen, so he was part of the Queen's Watch, or the Aurora's Watch that defend.
Okay,
well,
and reminder for everyone, when you're when you're done with your descriptions, to change your name in Roll20 and change your name in Discord to your character name, followed by your player name. All right, next we got David. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, Veldrin is a drow, another follower of the Luxon, who has been reborn many times, and in somewhere in his past is something that sparks great anger in him. He doesn't know where it's coming from, but it's certainly in one of his past lives, and he's learned that he can channel that to bring about a rage that helps him sometimes when he's in a fight. And he's even learning how to bring forward his past lives into spirit forms in the present that protect him.
Okay, and lastly, Evan, go ahead.
Yes, first of all, excuse my voice. I'm a little bit congested today. But you see another drow with white hair spiked up in their head. He's wearing white robes, like vestments, with a silver chain around his neck connected to a hollow dodecahedron. He is also a follower of the Luxon, very devout, and he is a knowledge cleric.
All right. So all these Luxon worshippers, Kreen Dynasty members, and Kervroth, who is here deep undercover.
Very deep.
Very deep.
Very deep undercover.
And Kalmir, who is not a pirate, but well acquainted with the water. You have come to Jagao during this festival that's taking place. You've wandered around. You know there's going to be some sort of a large competition at the end, and the teams that are chosen for that competition are amongst the people that really shine during the festival. So you definitely want to make a name for yourself during the festival, and in order to become engaged in this competition at the end, where you hope you'll make some good money, maybe make some contacts, and further your adventuring careers. So with that in mind, I'd like all of you to go ahead and click on your token and click the initiative button, which should be the top left button. If it's not the top left button, make sure you go into Roll20, gear icon, and uncheck alphabetically sort.
And at the beginning of the day, I will cast Gift of Alacrity on Calmier. So, Shane, you get to add a 1d8 to your initiative.
I'd like to note that I have a -1 to how's my audio now?
I have you cranked as high as I can have you cranked up, and you're still a little quieter than others, but not bad.
My apologies. New
That's okay.
laptop. I live on the road. I'm a consultant. Apologize. So I'll be in 3 different countries for all 3 of our first gaming sessions.
What country are you in right now?
I am in the United States of America, but I'll be in Brazil in the next one. And we'll see where I end up for the next after that. So luckily, daylight savings, so we should be good to go.
So I've moved you guys over to here on the map. You can see kind of the map above you and the description of what's going on below you. Reginine, you can pick first what you'd like to take part in. You all can split up and do different things, or you can follow each other around. You don't have to do just the competitive stuff. You can do the other locations of interest as well. You think you have enough time to probably do maybe 4 of these at the minimum? Maybe 5. So choose accordingly. So Reginine, you are first, and the
not
location.
Not because it's first on the list, but who can pass up pies?
Also, this is all the same stuff that's on the map, so it's probably a lot easier to read on the map. Best pies in the jumble. You're drawn toward the savory scents that are coming from this pie market, basically. There's meat, pastry, and spices filling the air around this 3-story building that's mounted on the back of a gigantic tortoise. There's a cooking stand and a festival stage with a long table set up at the tortoise's feet, where an orc stands over a massive oven. The price is 5 silver pieces to take part. You can see people are already gathered on the stage, including a scrawny young human with a mop of brown hair. Here, let's see. There we go. That's one of the guys there at the pie competition. And a scruffy beard. As you approach, the orc calls out in a melodic baritone, "Come to sample the best meat pies this side of the wastes, yes? I sell them for meals up there, but I'm running pie eating contests down here all day. If you've got an orc-sized stomach, that is. Want to pony up the 5 silver?
I am actually poor as anybody's business. Yes.
Yeah, I will. I've got money.
Well, we're doing Reginine first.
You
don't have to follow him. You can do something else completely when it's your turn.
Oh, fair. Okay.
I will, yes. Why not? Why not waste all my worldly wealth on a pie eating contest? So, absolutely.
Okay. The orc gestures toward the raised platform. You climb on up. There's 3 people there already. A cocky drow, flexing his muscles and pointing at people in the gathering crowd and winking. A female halfling, sitting very still with a smirk on her face. And this young male human, scanning the crowd as if he's looking for someone. The contest will begin at my signal, the orc says. And you will all begin eating, and whoever can eat the most, wins a prize. She gives a signal, and you all have pies in front of you. So I need you to make you all get the first pie down, no problem. Then you start into the second pie, and I need you to make a constitution check, DC 8.
Okay, very low.
No problem.
18?
No problem. The drow is out. Already can't finish the second pie. The halfling is in it still. And the young man is the 9, barely in it still. So the drow's out. And you continue on to the third pie. DC 10 for this one.
Okay, like close.
No problem. The halfling's still in. The young man's still in. DC 12 for the third pie.
Oh, goodness
Or
gracious.
fourth.
No things I can do unless I want to divine smite the pie.
No
Oh,
problem.
22!
The,
Does that mean I eat
the
2?
halfling drops out on the fourth pie. And now it's
Of course.
just you and this young man.
No suspense.
Picture. And this young man, he tries to eat the fourth pie to keep up with
DC
you.
12.
Cannot make it.
Oh, my goodness.
He's got to make a saving throw now, DC 15, and he retches up the contents of his stomach. And you are declared the victor, Reginine.
Oh, great.
I
Hope
get
this sets
the-
tone for the whole campaign.
Agatha Silver Spoon congratulates you, this big tall orc. Irvin, after he finishes retching, is the name of the young man there that you met. And he's friendly toward you. The orc gives you a medal as a reward. Medal of the meat pie. So it's a medal made of tin, shaped like a meat pie, slightly warm to the touch and smells faintly of baked pie crust. And as an action, you can press it to your mouth and gain temporary hit points, at which point it will become non-magical. So,
Excellent.
good job, Reginine. I'll move you up. And then
Any feed?
next to go is Care of Roth. Care of Roth, in the town, what attracts your interest?
I would think that for Karavroth, the riddles and rhymes would attract his interest. Not so much the player who plays him, but...
Okay, so Reginine got the middle of the meat pie and Care of Roth. You come down the street, basically, just from down the street from where the Best Pies in the Jumble competition was, to the area marked J7 Riddles and Rhymes. There's an elderly goblin. He's wearing blue robes, and he presides over a set of 3 tables. One table holds a wooden box, the second displays a glittering star map of the Exandrian sky, and the third rests a row of colored bottles. A banner hanging over the setup reads, "Test your wit with me against these riddles 3, 2 silver per riddle, and 2 riddles to win."
I will hand over some silver.
Okay, so you got 3 tables. You can try, basically, 1 riddle at a time for 2 silver each time. So which
Yeah,
table
let's
of the
do it.
3 do you want?
First one?
First one.
Is there a difference between them that would...
Yeah.
Like-
Well, one table holds a wooden box, the second displays a glittering star map, and the third rests a row of colored bottles.
Oh, okay, I'll do the star map first.
Okay. Everyone
Oh,
just-
did I? I'm sorry. No, I'll do the one you.
Okay.
I'll do the one you just did first.
So on this table are a locked wooden box and 4 metal keys. On a placard beside the box is written the following riddle in common: bronze, copper, silver, gold, ancient ones from tales of old. Match the key to the box's lock. A mistaken choice begets a shock.
And is there anything about the locks on the box that would give a clue as to which key goes to which one?
So carefully inspecting the box and the keys and the locks and all of that, you can see that each key is made of a different metal. 1 bronze, 1 copper, 1 silver, 1 gold. The box has a lock which is shaped like a dragon with a fluted crest, and the edges of the box are decorated with engravings of pearls and shells.
Oh,
You can make-
I'll do a bronze dragon.
What do? You got four keys and
Bronze key.
bronze key. Okay.
Yep.
Good choice.
All right. You are successful. You unlock the box. You got your first success. Then, which box do you want to, or riddle do you want to do? You have the
star
sky.
map.
The star map, resting on the table, depicts the moons and constellations visible in the Exandrian night sky, accompanied by the following riddle in common. 2 birds sit in a speckled field, 1 silver and calm, 1 scarlet with woe. Nigh all year the red one yields to silver's illusions, mischief, and sheltering. Who are the birds? You can make a intelligence, history, or religion check.
Well, I think that it's the moon and the sun, but I'm going to make the intelligence check.
And we can't help though, right?
Correct.
Okay, we're not there.
So
You
your
said it was history or-
skill, your religion skill doesn't provide you any extra info. Make also a perception check as you puzzle over. You do spy one red object on the map, and just one, and you think is the small red.
Oh, is there 2 moons in the sky?
Yes.
In
Yeah,
Alexandria?
there's a large silver one and a small red one.
Oh, well, okay, so that'll be my answers, the moons.
You are successful. As a matter of fact,
Woohoo!
when you succeed, the little man, Kolbu Kaz is the goblin's name, and he hands to you a prize. Medal of Wit. So Kirvroth, this medal, wetlands, ignore that. I must have wrote over it by using the same letter for the 2 medals. Okay, the Medal of Wit. You can press the medal to your temple as an action, and doing so gives you advantage on intelligence checks and intelligence saving throws for an hour, and then it loses its properties.
Okay.
All right, that's and Kirvroth stuff. Okay, then Kalmir, your turn. Have you identified what you want to go to?
So yeah, Kalmir would like to have done a little scouting of the activities beforehand. He first showed up to the one shot thinking that it was a drinking contest. Seeing that it wasn't, he was pretty disgusted. So yeah, he wanted to look for something where watching other people compete, he seemed like he'd take advantage of his dexterous upbringings.
Okay, so you have the games of merit listed here on the map. You have, let's see, you've done the you know what the pies is. The one-shot solution, you know, is a maze. The Iffolon Plunge is a swimming competition. There's people all around all of these.
He'll try the swimming competition.
Swimming competition? Okay. So you head on down to the dock area over here. When you get there, you see piers that jut out into the rushing Iffolon River. There you see that about 75 feet away from the pier is a rusted spear that sticks out of a wooden post that's about 75 feet upstream. There's a banner that reads, "Races every hour, 5 silver to enter, no teams," all capital letters. As you are walking up, you see several people gathered at the piers arguing among themselves and venting their ire at a spry little goblin who responds to their anger with an amused expression. And suddenly a brash voice cuts through the chatter, and a blue-skinned woman, not unlike you, pushes her way through the crowd and stands protectively in front of the goblin, yelling, "She's not going to say it again. If you're here with a team, only one member of your team can participate in the challenge. The rules are clear. If you can't handle it, get off the pier." And this is what she looks like. So here she is.
Nice.
In appearance. Definitely maybe some orcish heritage, but also water heritage as well, just like you. She's getting ready to compete in the race, and you can see as you walk up, make a wisdom perception check. I can do it for you if you need help, or just let me know at any time.
No, I got it. Yeah, I should be.
Boom, you're good. 17. You spy her talk to a drow in the crowd. Drow looks like this guy. And you'll even overhear what they say. The drow offers to cast Longstrider on her. And she says, "No, I can win this fair and square."
Okay.
And then she goes to the edge of the pier to compete in the competition. Would you like to join in the race?
Yeah, I'm going to go ask the drow how much he's charging to cast Longstrider on people.
He looks at you and smirks kind of in a knowing way and nods his head approvingly. He says, "I'm afraid I can't help you."
Did anybody else hear it, or just him?
No, just him. Just him.
Oh.
You guys are off doing your other competitions. You're eating pies right now.
All right.
I
am.
All right. So, Cal, you're in the race with this other water Gensai, and there's also an orc, a female human, and a goblin. So there's a grand total of 5 of you in the race. And I got a map for this. So there you guys are. That's the pier that you're swimming to, right? Or that's the old dock that you're swimming to where the spear is embedded. And the object of the race is to get the spear, wrench it out of where it's embedded, and bring it back to this dock. Everything's watery terrain. For you guys, that doesn't matter. But climbing up onto a dock will take 1 extra square. You think wrenching that spear free looks like it might be an action to get it.
Okay, makes sense.
Then I'm going to add some more guys here.
Are they sure they don't want to just wait for the 2 of us to finish?
I know. Yeah, you guys might just completely destroy them.
Cal's going to suggest that they all wait.
You got yourself an orc. You got yourself a dwarf. And then you also got yourself a... Okay, so you're all jostling for the best spot on the pier. So you can make your choice of a dexterity check or a strength check. You're trying to get the highest roll you can get. Whoever rolls the highest has the best spot on there, or gets to pick first.
Yeah, I'll have to do dexterity.
Okay, and you can add your acrobatics to it. So 15 for you, and then starting with the goblin and going down, I got 10, 9, 1. So she got the best spot. You got the second best spot. So pick where you want to be.
And we have to start from the...
Yeah, you can be here or here.
Yeah, I will be... I'll stay right there.
All right. Work will go there. We'll
go
there. Okay. Goblin. Now, everyone roll initiative.
Oh, goody. I get to after this. Thanks, John.
You betcha.
10, and then that would be 8. Oh, still better than I had 7.
So, let's see what we get. She is plus
She's
2
getting-
initiative. She got 8. She got a 10, but you beat her.
Okay.
And then
Since he's getting ready to start, I'm going to ask her how long she's been dating a drow.
she brushes aside your comment, and then the shout goes out for the race to start. The current is exceptionally strong. You're going to be fighting against an exceptionally strong current. If you use your movement and an action both to move, you'll have to make a saving throw, a DC 13 strength athletics check, or else you gain a level of exhaustion. So pace yourself unless you want to get exhaustion. You can use since you're a rogue, your bonus action, and that will not give you the exhaustion.
Oh, perfect. Then I will do that.
Go for it.
And I think my swim speed is 30, correct?
Then the goblin's right on your heels. He's got to make an athletics check, though, because he's moving as fast as he can move. Are you moving as fast as you can move, so you have to make an athletics check?
That's so far that's just my bonus action.
Do you want to go any further?
No, because I need an action to get the spear out anyway, so I don't think getting there's.
She races up behind you. You two are far outpacing all the rest.
Did it seem like she had to like fight against the current?
Yeah.
Or was she
She'll have to make an athletics check as well, which she fails. So she's pushed back 15 feet by the current. And then the orc's there, and then the woman. Oh, and the orc's got to make an athletics check. He makes it, and then the woman's going to go 6. So they're all swimming in the back behind you guys, and her athletics check is... Ooh, not enough. So she falls back 15 feet.
And how deep is the water here?
It's really rough, so you can't see the bottom. You would guess it could be 20, 30 feet where you're at. Round 2, you go.
Perfect. Yeah, so it's, 20, and then the extra to get up there, so 25 to get up here. And then an action to wrench it free.
That's right. There's no check, I believe. Let me double check here.
Oh, that was my concern.
Yeah, no check to get it free.
Perfect. All right, and then 30 to here, and then I'll cunning action to dash. But what Cal wants to do is actually go as deep as possible.
Okay.
So at this point, he wants to make it so like people can see him.
Gotcha.
People would have a hard time swimming down to him, etc.
Got it.
And so he'll go another 30 here, and
Okay.
roll it up here, trying to get out of the way of him in case someone tries to cheat.
Gotcha. Your passive perception score is a 12. Is that right?
That's
12, yeah.
No, it's going to be.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
She is going to try and chase after you as best she can. Let's see. She'll do an active perception check to see if she can zero in on your location, and then dive under the water. So you two are like kind of under the water, trying to get each other. The other 3 are just doing terrible. They're all diving down to try and find you, and spreading out to try and find you. That's the end of the round, but then something comes out of the waters and snags both you, Cal, and neither one of you had the perception to see them come at you. Except AO might. Let me double check this perception. She did. So that shark attacks her with a regular bite. The shark attacking you has advantage on them. So 20 to hit you, Cal, for 10 piercing.
Don't think it. Double check. So.
All right. Yeah, their initiatives.
And this is all underwater, so we can't see any of it, right?
Yeah, and you're eating pies still too.
Well, I'm a very perceptive pie eater.
All right. And was that round? And this shark, she saw it. It went already and attacked her. You did not see the one that was coming on you. It bit you, but that's this round that it bit you. And it bit you probably as part of an attack opportunity as you're leaving. Your first move this round would have been like to move away, and that's when it bit you. Do you want to do anything different knowing that?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. So that means you got away that far, and you can keep doing the rest of your turn this turn.
You'll go ahead and dash your bonus action.
And climb up on the dock.
10, 20, yeah.
All right.
I'll, thrust you, look down at his wound and says, well, I hope that is worth it.
After your turn, you see the shark that had been by you. All of a sudden, the water all around the woman gets all turbulent, and the shark tries to bite her, and does, and drags her down under the water, disappearing. That didn't go well for her. Then the commoners, they're like all fleeing for their lives. 1, 2, 3. That's as far as he can go. He can't quite get up. He's reaching desperately for your hand, Cal. Then
I'll help him up. Yeah.
Ao's going to go ahead and provoke from the shark. It bites at her. 17 hits her, but she has at least 9 hit points, so she survives that. She goes 1, to starts pulling this orc with her. 4, 10, 11. There. She's done. The orc who's drugged the whole way, he's like spitting and coughing up water now. The woman's gone. And unless you guys can do some serious heroics, which you might be able to do since you're water creatures yourselves. And then that round's over. And then the shark's chasing after the group. And it comes to bite into the orc. 21 gets the orc. Wow. The orc survives the 4 damage. So the orc's still hanging on to the AO there. And then your turn, Cal.
Cal's going to help the goblin up.
All right. He gets up on the dock, runs for his life.
Actually, can he see that shark that's out there?
With the woman?
Like the one on the orc, the one on the orc.
One the orc. Yeah, you can see the one on the orc, yeah.
Yeah, see, can I choose the fawn interceptor? Yeah, can I freeze the water right around the orc? Oh, I'm sorry, freeze the water right around the shark to try to help the orc get away.
You can do shape water, is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
You can't do any creature in the water, so you can't quite freeze a shark in place with that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. Hope he gets out.
Okay.
Gonna take this spear and go find the goblin.
Then Ao goes next. She drags the orc with her. The shark takes one last bite as the orc's pulled away. And lucky for the orc, misses. She drags the orc up on deck, and then the sharks are gone. And you all
wonder if this
breathe.
is a sanctioned event.
You all breathe heavy. I wonder if they had insurance for the shark attacks.
No,
that could happen.
This is not OSHA standard. I'm going to tell you that right now.
She turns and looks at you and says, "Thanks for helping save a couple of them. It's too bad that woman didn't make it out. You're a pretty good swimmer."
It's
not because he's a pirate.
Water's thicker than blood. Water in the veins.
The drow comes over too, and he starts helping her get cleaned up and helping the orc and helping the goblin. They go off and definitely seems impressed by your determination, and she says, "I've assembled an adventuring party, and I'd like to introduce everyone after the festival's closing ceremony at sundown if you're interested."
Be interested in some adventure?
This is Galsariad. I'm Ao, and we'll see you around. I'm sure you're in the running for the competition, so maybe we'll be racing again. She slaps you on the back and heads on out.
This time without sharks.
She slaps you on the back and heads on out. The drow Galsariad, he quietly smiles, impressed by your cunning. So they walk away, and you're done. And you're victorious. You get the prize, which is a Medal of the Conch. Make sure you pronounce the N. Let's see, I think this is it. Yeah. Made of sea glass that has been magically crafted in the shape of a conch shell. As an action, you can rub it, and you get swim speed equal to your walk speed. That's funny.
Good. I'm going to sell this to someone.
You can trade that off with someone else. Okay. Let's see who's going next. Next I lost the order, so we'll do Kirvroth next. Oh, you already went though.
Oh, you already
we did Reginine. We'll do the first of the 2 drow. Veldrin, what do you want to do, Veldrin?
I want to do those rice patties.
Rice patties, okay. Members, and you're going to need a teammate for that. When you get over there, you can try and talk Zavar into going with you, but you also see there's a couple other people over there already. So when you head that way, you see on the eastern edge of the jumble, the docks rise upward from the river to run alongside wooden shacks built on stilts, casting crooked shadows over the wetlands below. Some areas of the wetlands have been cordoned off to create rice paddies. Blue and green banners wave over one end of the docks where 2 elderly goblin farmers preside over the contest. "You know how it goes," one hollers out in a reedy voice. "First team to harvest the rice from their section wins." And you do need a team. So you can try and talk Savar into it, or you see the same young man that had previously been in the pie eating contest, feeling a little worse for wear, sitting over there by the rice fields.
Well, I'll go talk to the ill young man.
Okay.
"Hey there, I'm looking for a teammate."
Well, he seems a little begrudging and kind of worse for wear and sick to his stomach. "I guess I could help. There's no entry fee, so okay. I'll be your teammate for the event," he says. He's young, he's disheveled, his beard's not very full, but he is pretty strong. And when you 2 show up to the goblins, they tell you their names are Beetle and Zag, and that one of you will have to be the cutter, and one of you will have to be the gatherer. So which is which, the goblins ask. Cutter will cut the stalks down, and the gatherer will gather the stalks and prepare them for drying.
I'm surely the cutter.
All right, Zag, the goblin, provides you with a sickle before Beetle directs you to the patties and asks you to wait for the signal to start. You're responsible to clear a 20-foot long, 5-foot wide strip of the patty, and on Beetle's signal, the teams race to successfully harvest their strip. Aside from you, 2 other teams are competing in the race, an imposing female orc and her rambunctious son, and a pair of drow, who wear broad-brimmed straw hats and constantly bicker with each other. At the end of each minute, let's see how long, at the end of each minute, each team's cutter must make a DC 11 strength athletics check. On a success, you'll clear the section of your patty. Once cleared, the gatherer must spend a minute trying to gather the bundle of shorn rice, doing so with a DC 11 sleight of hand check. Failed check causes the cutter to make their next athletics check with disadvantage.
My teammate, I say, friend, what's your name?
He says, my name is Irvin. Yes, your name as well. Veldrin, well met. Guess we should get started. The sound for the competition goes, and you got DC 11 strength athletics check as you try and cut down the rice.
This will be easy for me.
No problem. Then we have DC 11 dexterity sleight of hand check. His dexterity modifier is +2. He's not trained in sleight of hand, so he's going to be a straight +2 on his roll to 10. And what was the DC? It was 11. So he's going to slow you down. The other teams are trying to cut down their rice. And let's see here. Got you. We'll use you here. You and Irvin are together. And you succeeded, but Irvin didn't clean up behind you. And then got 2 drow. I'll use these for the 2 drow. And then we got a couple of orcs. I'll use these for the 2 orcs. The orc team are +3 on their check, so he succeeds, cuts down his stuff. The drow team are +0 on their athletics check, needing an 11. Also succeeds. The drow are +0, or the orcs are +0 on their sleight of hand, so no success there. And the drow are +2 on their sleight of hand. So the drow are in the lead right now. Once the section has been cleared, spend a minute trying to gather the bundle.
Is this just free harvesting for the community?
It kind of is, yeah. You're catched on to the goblins' plan.
Brilliant.
They're going to give you a little trinket for harvesting their rice fields for them.
I love it. Capitalism.
4 or 5 foot squares. Okay, so, Veldrin, you can stay and try and help Irvin, or you can push forward. What do you want to do?
I'm going to try and help Irvin.
All right. So you'll give Irvin advantage on his check. He then gets... Oh, God. Nope, no success. The drow, trying to clear more ground, trying to clear up after clearing the ground. This is a +2. Fail this time. Then the orcs, trying to clear the ground. The orcs are actually +2. Don't clear any ground. But the one behind him, trying to bundle up, does bundle up and catches back. So the drow are halfway there. Veldin, you want to try and help Irvin or push forward?
Don't worry, Irvin. We can do it. I'm just going to try getting some more rice.
Okay. DC 11 strength athletics.
Oh, that's not good.
Not good. Irvin's going to try and catch up with you with a DC 11 sleight of hand. Nope. The drow pushing forward at +0. Yep. It's another one. Drow behind him trying to clean up at +2. Makes it. Cleans up a little bit. And then the orcs at +2 to push forward. And then +0 to clean up. So the orcs are in second place to the drow. Veldrin, round 4. The drow have got 1 more to clear. And you guys have inspiration that you can always use too.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to help him clean up.
Okay, so you have advantage on this check, +2.
He's rolling.
He made it. All right, then the orc's going to try, or the drow going to try and press forward at +0. Yes, he does. And then the one clean up behind him at +3. And then the orcs +3. Yep, no problem. And behind him at +0. So the orcs got to each make 1 more check. The drow got to make 2 more checks, the one guy behind. And Veldrin, you want to push forward?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Nice.
Then the guy behind you at +2. 8
Can we cheer him on at least?
You're trying. And then the drow at +2 makes his check. Then the orcs at +3 to push forward. Nope. And then back to you, Veldrin.
I'm going to help Irvin.
Okay, advantage for Irvin. Does not succeed. The drow does not succeed. The orc 3 makes it. And then the orc makes it. The orcs win the competition. Irvin seems downcast. He says, yeah, I didn't think we had a very good chance of winning that one. Were you guys...
Well, I thought you did okay. Are you mad?
Well, I mean, yeah, right? I was thinking we would win that one.
You just said you didn't think we'd win that one.
You weren't there. You find out Irvin had come from the pie eating competition, and I think it was just the pie was sitting in my stomach wrong. That's the only reason why I couldn't keep up. I'm sorry I can't let you down there.
I wonder if there's any place we can find a nice tonic for your stomach in this town.
Maybe. I don't know. All this food here is kind of strange.
You're not from around here?
No, I'm from I'm from the south, actually.
Well, this is a strange place to come alone.
I'm not here alone. Have you seen a woman with like blue skin? Oh, well.
But
her,
I'll
her name's
keep an eye
Ao,
out.
and I'm here with her and her friends.
Oh, okay. Well, they're probably doing other competitions. I'm here with my friends, and I'm sure they're doing better than we are.
All right, now we cut to Zavar. Zavar, what do you want to do?
I'd like to do the, what's the name? The maze.
The maze, one-shot solution. The maze constructed in the jumble. Okay, so you head on down towards the docks. That's where the maze is at. And near the entrance to the festival grounds, there's a maze which has been constructed out of 4-foot-tall walls of wooden planks lashed together with ropes and propped up between sandbags. You see banners hung over the entrance and the exit, and you can see the passageways of the maze are about 5 feet wide. Off to one side, a tan-feathered Aarakocra sits on a chair well above the ground, watching over the maze. A small crowd is cheering on and heckling the people inside. Near the entrance, an ogre in leather armor is encouraging a reluctant goblin in a breastplate to give the maze a try. Goblin and the ogre. So these two here, the unlikely pair, really yellow skin for a goblin. He's got a holy symbol of the Luxon hanging around his...
All right.
And the ogre, very, very keen blue eyes. And the ogre's trying to encourage the goblin to head through the maze. You can do it. This is what you do. You go this direction, then this direction, then this direction. And the goblin seems real reluctant to try. And for you to try, if you'd like to go in on your own, is 3 silver pieces.
Sure, I will pay 3 silver to the Aarakocra.
Yeah. All right. The Aarakocra's attendant takes your silver. The Aarakocra's up high watching over the maze. Make a DC 14 intelligence investigation check as you kind of study the maze as you're walking in. The idea is that you have to get all the way through the maze on one shot, and you do your best to figure out what that one-shot path would be from the outside with this intelligence investigation check.
Okay, can I pray to the Luxon for guidance?
Yeah.
So I will add guidance to my roll. Not so good.
Okay, so you don't get any advantage from your observation of the maze. As you go in, you need to make a DC 14 Wisdom Survival check to make it through in one try. DC 14 Wisdom Survival.
Nope.
No. Okay. You come to a dead end, and you look up and you notice that the Aarakocra isn't paying close attention to you at the moment. You can just stand there until the Aarakocra notices that you failed, or you could try and make a dexterity stealth check to backtrack quickly and try again. Which do you want to do?
I'm a good man, and I will wait there patiently.
Okay. The Aarakocra swoops down and taps you on the shoulder and says, "You have failed. Come on out of the maze. You can try as many times as you like, though. 3 gold pieces per try. Would you like to try again?"
I'll try one more time.
Okay, so 3 more, not 3 gold, 3 silver. 3 more silver, wisdom or intelligence investigation check going in. Boom, so you're going to have advantage now on this wisdom survival check. You think you know the path to take through the maze. DC 14 wisdom survival with advantage.
Okay.
You are congratulated by the Aarakocra, and at the same time the Aarakocra hands over to you the middle of the maze, which looks like the following. This middle of the maze that you get... It does the following. You can use an action to trace the maze on the metal, and for the next hour, you'll have advantage on wisdom checks. And you'll know the quickest route to the end of any non-magical path or maze.
Very nice.
So you win that medal, and then after the event, and after you get that medal, you are approached by this giant ogre. And she says in common, "Congratulations. You did a very good job."
Thank you very much.
The little goblin walks up next to the big giant ogre. Says, "Hello, my name is Dermot, and this is Maggie Bright Eyes. You are very brave to go in there and try that like that."
Thank you very much. Have you tried the maze yet?
I haven't. I was wondering if you could help me with a small task, though. It's nothing urgent, but if you could find my friend Ao, would you tell her that Dermot's wondering what the plan is for after the closing ceremony?
Of course I'd be willing to help, but where is this... Do you know where this Ao fellow is?
I don't know. It's a woman. She's got dark hair, blue skin. She really stands out in a crowd. She said she was going to compete in a contest by the river, I think.
Well, I guess I will check there first, but might I ask why you must stay here?
Well, I'm actually going to go to the temple. The Temple of Luxon. I've been meaning to visit the city and see what the temple was like. Do you have your holy symbol in plain sight?
Proudly displayed.
Proudly displayed. You are a follower of Luxon too. Maybe you could join me there later.
Yes, I understand. Piety waits for no one. May the light be with you. I will speak with Ao.
And also with you. And the goblin heads on out. Maggie, you can hear Maggie grumble, I'm going to go try my hand at some arm wrestling, I think. So that's one round through all you guys out of possible 4, I said, but it looks like it might be less than 4. Let's do one more round, though. What would you like to do? They haven't done yet.
Sorry, I put myself on mute. So it has to be one of the Juliet 1 through 7?
Nope, it can be 8, 9, or 10 also.
So I think actually as a father of Luxon that I might have been distracted after being extremely bloated by eating 3 meat pies and one that I stole from the rest of everybody, that I may have gone to Juliet 8, so the Temple of Luxon.
Temple of Luxon. Okay, so you're the first person to show up there at the temple. The walls of the 3-story temple are crafted from semi-transparent glass that seems to glow with its own faint light. The building, which is shaped like a dodecahedron, is dedicated to the Luxon, the first radiance and patron deity of the Kreen dynasty. Inside the temple, you see that it is maintained by a drow priest, proudly bearing the holy symbol of Luxon. And while you are there, a goblin walks in, reciting traditional prayers to the Luxon, and takes a spot of prayer in the temple. What do you want to do?
I think I'd like to strike up a conversation, well, a short conversation before probably doing my own prayer thing with the person that's there at the temple and saying how happy I was that, that after the battle, that, I was so dedicated to the Luxon that I was able to recover to this body. And I was pointing out the obvious that I'm not a drow, but I'm actually a drow, that I was able, but I can't pronounce the word. Is it a section? So,
Consecuted?
That I totally was off. That wasn't even close to what I was saying. I was consecuted. Think my memories, like in all my teachings, I thought I'd have my memories, but there's so many gaps. So I basically put my whole life history on this person without being asked.
It sounds like,
and then I go to prayer.
It sounds like our paths are somewhat similar, the little goblin says. I'm also not a drow, as you can see, in appearance at least, thrown myself into the worship of the Luxon, in order to make sure that I can protect my friends. And it sounds like maybe you're doing the same. I just learned this armor is kind of chafing. Any pointers? The little goblin asks you about, the heavy armor that you wear as well. And then make small talk. And you basically learn a little bit from the goblin that he's a member of an adventuring party and he's trying to be their cleric. And he's kind of new at it.
Well, I am not a cleric, but I will pretend as best as I can to. I always want to mentor, but I have so many gaps in my knowledge that I guess sometimes my advice is a little bit less, not very good. So I will do my best to mentor, at least in my mind, but I'll probably give me some pretty crappy advice.
Okay, we will come back to you in a minute. Care of Wrath, what do you want to do next?
Care of Wrath will wander over to Helter Skelter.
Helter Skelter, the complex that consists of 2 main structures, a low wooden barracks that houses the guards of the Aurora Watch. And these guards are drow guards of the Kreen dynasty, dressed in armor that's very reminiscent of like insect chitin they wear. The task hand of the Aurora Watch and kind of basically like the mayor of the city also resides there. So you're able to gain a good amount of intelligence about this Kreen outpost of
Perfect.
The enemy of your
Yep.
Nothing beyond that. So you know the mayor's name is Dirth, the task hand of the Aurora. Anything else, Kirvoth?
No, yeah, just kind of walking around, scouting it out.
Okay.
Memorizing what I see.
Then next we have
All right. Well, Cal really wants to look around and find a place to drink and browse. But failing that,
there's plenty of places to drink, so yeah, you can get food and beverage, no problem.
yeah, he's gonna check out this turtle thing. I mean,
Okay.
Maybe the ones that don't make it, they're like.
So here's a picture of the 5 people that you've all met and come across. You've got what seems to be their leader, this Ao, who is Water Genesi. You have this little goblin, Dermot Werder, who is a priest of the Luxon, a newly joined priest. You have this drow, kind of quiet, the far right one there, has taken a liking to Cal. You have Irvin, who is very young and scraggly and doesn't seem to succeed at much so far. And then you got Maggie, the big ogre, 12 feet tall and just very piercing blue eyes. Okay, so that's the people you run into. You're going to go check out the Hurting the Horizon backs? Is that what you said?
He's just going to go arousal. See what's going on there.
Okay. As you're wandering around, you catch a glimpse of this Maggie Blue Eyes over by the call to arms area, which is right over here, where there is like some arm wrestling going on. You approach a brick building with a sign that reads Beef Slab Butchers. A simple table and 2 chairs have been set up outside. There's no entry fee to do the arm wrestling, it appears, but there's plenty of betting going on. There's a goblin there named Vars, who seems to be the bookie for all the betting that's happening.
Okay.
And the first 2 people that you see doing arm wrestling is just one orc out of the crowd comes up to the table, and the victor of the contest, defending champion. There's an orc, big burly orc that just took someone out who came up to the table. She is flanked by 2 compatriots, who are both female drow. They're all dressed as Aurora Watch guards, clad in their chitinous splint armor. There's the goblin named Vars. The big ogre, Maggie Keen Eyes, is here, eager to compete, it looks like. But this Meryl Bronzefang, the orc that just beat the last person to come up, is only competing against the best. So anyone who comes up has to first arm wrestle against her drow companions. Would you like to try, or you want to just try and see if you see other people who you could bet against or on?
Yeah, I wanna see if I can get Maggie going in this competition.
Okay.
And then see if Maggie would be interested in earning some gold by getting her way all the way to the orc and throwing that arm wrestling match.
Okay. You see several people come and go and lose to the drow. And then Maggie steps forward to take her spot. Did you want to talk to her before she does, or just bet on her?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to say, I need to make some money here. For every one of these arm wrestling matches, I'll pay you 2 silver.
Okay. That sounds good.
After you win one, just come see me and
okay.
keep going. I want to make sure you don't get too tired. Yeah.
Okay. So she goes up to compete against the first of the 2 drow guards. So I will let you roll for Maggie, and you can even use your inspiration for Maggie if you want. Maggie gets +4 on her athletics check. The drow guard gets +3. Basically, if they both win, no one wins. If they both lose, no one loses. If one wins and one loses, the winner is the winner of the competition, if you know what I'm saying. And the DC that we're all trying to push against is 10 plus the other contestant's strength modifier. So Maggie's got to get a 13, and she's got a +4 modifier. Drow's got to get a 14, and they have a +3 modifier. So go ahead and roll for her for the first round. You're looking for a DC 13 strength check. She's +4.
I'm just going to see what happens here.
And I'll roll for the drow first, so you can decide if you want to use your inspiration that way better. So the drow's first roll is a failure. So if she fails, she still doesn't lose.
Alright, so check.
She's +4, so she fails.
That's
The drow's
a D12. Right.
Oh yeah. She succeeds. So she smashes the drow's hand down on the table. Oh, did you want to bet on her first too? I imagine, right?
Yeah, I would have. Yeah.
It's 5 silver, and you are rewarded 9 silver for winning. So you gained 4 silver.
Oh, no. I lost 2, because I paid Maggie 2.
Okay.
I'm up 2.
Second round. Maggie's going against the second of the 2 drow guards. The drow gets a 19, so the drow won. Maggie's got to win to keep it a tie.
Yeah, having bet on her. Yeah, let's use my inspiration.
Okay.
See if that helps.
Advantage on her check. And that's a success. Round.
Oh, that is a success.
Yeah, she only needs a 13. So the drow's going to keep fighting. Needs a 14, and it made it. So now she's got to get at least a 13 to keep it tied. She got it. Third minute into it, the drow, again, is pushing. She's got to get a 13 to keep it tied. Fourth minute into it, the drow fails. If she wins, she's got him. We'll take the 16. Yeah, we'll take the 16. So she smashes that drow's arm to the ground, and now it's Maggie versus Meryl Bronzefang, the title match. Got any other tricks up your sleeve to help Maggie?
Gosh, I don't know. Yeah, I just can't see it unless there's something I can do to distract it, because the table, or
so you're trained in roguish stuff. You got your dexterity skills, include sleight of hand. So you could do something with the sleight of hand to kind of like unbalance the competitor.
Yeah, perfect.
So you'll get a roll and Maggie get a roll, but if you fail your roll by 5 or more, you'll be found out. So choose wisely. Let's see how the orc does first. Against Maggie, it needs a 14. It's +4 on the roll, get a 12. So if Maggie wins, Maggie wins. Before you roll Maggie, decide if you want to use sleight of hand to help her.
Oh yeah, I have to. So I'll use the sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Okay, so don't fail by 5 or more, and it's a DC 14. So don't roll a 9 or less.
Oh, that's not good.
Because you're only, what, plus 3, 4, 5, so you got an 8 total?
Yeah.
All right, so you're found out. The orc summons his guards to chase after you. You can make a stealth check to try and slip away into the crowd.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay? Yeah, with your 17 stealth, they quickly lose you in the crowd, and you melt away. Maggie's left to explain if she's part of this cheatery or not. She didn't know anything about your sleight of hand stuff.
No.
So she can honestly say no, and
I'm gonna
eventually,
sneak back and try to watch the.
eventually the orcs back down, and it's up to her all by herself to beat the main orc. So see if she
You
what
do
she
it.
gets. She needs a 14 to beat
Oh,
him.
man.
If she fails, she's still just tied. And you can roll it.
Oh, I'm rolling.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you gotta roll a 10 or higher on the 20. Maggie's hurt
Oh, no.
and shaken
Three.
and can't finish the fight. So it continues on. The orc gets a success. So Maggie's gotta get a success to keep it tied. Oh, she fails. She fails and is downcast and walks away defeated by the Aurora Watch orc, Meryl Bronzefang. Okay, so that's what you were doing. And now Veldrin, what do you want to do?
Eldrin wants to herd the turtles. That sounds charming.
Herding the horizon back. So you got some young horizon back turtles, big, huge, giant turtles here. You see festival goers all clustered around a paddock full of young horizon back tortoises that are shuffling around inside the enclosure. A tall, attractive orc waves at you as you approach. She says, "Have you come to join the horizon back migration?"
Oh, I surely have.
Well, good. There's a tortoise for each of you, and a medal to be won if you make it to the end in one piece. Last year we had to rebuild 3 houses after the festival, so don't let that happen again. I don't think there's any entry fee. Just the medal to be won if you succeed. So, these tortoises seem a little dangerous. They're big and kind of clumsy.
How big are they?
They're like the size of a elephant.
Oh, okay. That
Maybe-
is big.
Yeah, maybe 15 feet tall for the biggest ones of them. There's many tortoises available, as there are characters who want to participate in the event. Anyone else want to join in this event? If you happen to be walking by in between other stuff?
I would absolutely, getting tired of the praying thing.
Okay.
Would absolutely love to.
Any of you other 3 want to join? Move your token up a square. May be dangerous. There are as many tortoises as there are people who want to participate at attached to the tortoise's shell, big enough for a single rider. Once all the contestants are seated on their tortoises, the orc climbs onto the back of the larger tortoise outside the paddock, and with a yell and a hand signal, begins to lead the group of tortoises out of the paddock. So this is starting out here. She's leading on a big tortoise, and you're following this tortoise trail, basically, trying to lead them out of town. These little trails are actually like the trails of turtles going through the main streets of the city. To successfully maneuver tortoise to the destination, you must make 3 successful animal handling checks, or wisdom checks. It's a DC 12 for your first one, and they get harder after that. On a failed check, bad things happen. There's only 2 of you doing it. We'll start with Reginine. Go ahead, Reginine. DC 12 animal handling. That's a failure. On a failed check, the tortoise tries to buck you from its back. Make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw. You're bucked off of the tortoise. You take D6 points of bludgeoning damage as you crash down onto the ground. 5 points of bludgeoning, Reginine. After a failed saving throw, you can try to climb back up by making a DC 15 dexterity acrobatics check. DC 15 dex acrobatics, or unless you want to just give up and walk away. All right, you successfully climb back up onto the tortoise. First check for Veldrin, DC 12 at animal handling.
Eldrin tries for beginner's luck on the no.
No. It tries to buck you off. DC 13 dexterity saving throw. You hold on, no problem. Second check, DC 13, Reginine. Oh yeah, you got it. You're getting the hang of it now, Reginine. Veldrin, DC 13.
I think I've got this figured out now.
Still
I
no.
guess
Hanging on for dear life, and the thing tries to buck you. DC 13 dex save. Last check of Reginine. You see the end of the town coming into view. DC 14. And no problem, Reginine, you succeed. Veldrin, DC 14 animal handling. Third try is a charm.
This is it.
1
14.
away. DC 13 dex saving throw to be knocked off. It's an effect you see, so you get 18. So you stumble across the finish line, hanging on for dear life to the turtle. It did some damage on its way through town with you on its back, but you still reached your destination, and as such, the 2 of you each receive a Medal of the Horizon Back. So the Medal of the Horizon Back does the following. As your reaction, you can gain 5 to your armor class, like a shield spell, one-time use. So you both gain that, and see, that was Veldrin's actions. Let's go to Zavar. What do you want to do, Zavar?
Zavar would like to go to the docks.
Oh, try to find Ao. So
Yep.
Ao is not at the docks anymore when you arrive. As a matter of fact, Ao was watching Reginine and Veldrin with the Horizonback turtles, and you would have had to move. Let's see, the temple is J8, so you wouldn't have even gone past her at that point. So yeah, you don't find her at the docks. So after that, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna do something controversial and pop a augury here.
Nice.
So I get 3 questions within the next 30 minutes, whether that's a good result, a bad result, or a medium result.
Got it.
So would going to the rice paddies be good?
Medium, wheel and woe.
Okay. And then what about the church? And the Horizonback tortoise area?
And that'll be good. So you want to try those 3 places out real quick? Looking for AO?
I'm going to go to the 2 good spots.
All right. You find AO at the Horizonback Turtle place, watching Veldrin and Reginine fail terribly as they travel, but somehow still get to the end. She's laughing the whole way at them and sees you approaching and sees you have some intent that you're coming her way. And she says, what can I do for you?
Hello. Yes, my name is Savar. I met one of your companion fellows. Their name was... I didn't catch their name. But anyways, they wanted to know what the plan was for after the festival, I believe.
What did this individual look like, she says?
Short fellow, goblin, faithful of the guiding light.
Oh, you have met Dermot. Okay. Well, tell him we're all going to gather together when they give the speech at the end. And tell him I've also met an individual, and he may be a member of a party who's also here in town that we're going to discuss plans with.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. Terribly sorry for the intermediary. Have fun with whatever. Light be with you.
And also with you. You guys have done everything you could do. And it's like...
And I'm going to jog over to the church and tell my friend what AO told me.
All right. So I'm together. So here's the whole other party in town. Got Maggie, Dermot, AO, the leader, Galsariad, and Irvin, and then you got you guys also in town. And there's just a little bit of time left before the end of the festival. So if any of you have one of the games of merit you'd like to do before the end comes, move your token 1 up, and I'll ask you what that is. You can repeat any of them except for the puzzle. I mean, the riddles and rhymes you can only do once. The best pies and the jumbo you can only do once. Pretty much everything else you can do. Oh, they're hurting the Horizonbacks only once. Okay, Reginine, what do you want to do?
I like to try...
Called arms. Oh, arm wrestling. Okay.
Yeah.
So you show up to arm wrestling trying to defend Maggie's honor.
That's what I had in mind, too.
All right, Veldrin and Reginine, you guys both show up there. See which of you two are the most strongest. When you arrive, Meryl Bronzefang is the reigning champion. She is still not taking competitors directly. You must first beat one of her guards. But unlike Maggie, you each only have to beat one of her guards. So, Reginine, go to make an athletics check. And you need to beat a DC 13.
Or meet or beat. Okay, I did.
That one's got to be the 13 on you. So, all right. You win, Reginine.
Mm-hmm.
Then Veldrin, you gotta make a DC 13 athletics check. So you got a 10. Oh, you were defeated, Veldrin. You fall back defeated. If you lose a match and you want to try again, you would have to convince the crowd to give you another shot, which would probably take charisma, deception, or persuasion. Do you want to try that or no?
No, I'm going to root cheer on my my friend.
Reginine? Okay, Reginine, you are up against Meryl Bronzefang, who has not lost yet. I will do her roll first, and you can decide your roll if you want to use inspiration. So she's got to beat a 13 to beat you, and she gets +4 on her roll. 11. So she failed. So if you can get a 14 or higher, you win the whole thing.
Is this a skill check?
It's athletics. So it continues on in a stalemate. She keeps fighting, and now this time she is enough to beat you if you don't get at least a 14 on your roll. Reginine goes down. Slam! Your hand hits the table, and Meryl Bronzefang reigns. At about that time, the sun is beginning to set, and the sound of rhythmic drumming echoes throughout the jumble, summoning the participants all to the paddock area, which is where you guys took the Horizonback turtles from. An elderly orc, dressed in deep blue robes, stands atop a platform. He smiles at the crowd as they gather around, and he says, "Mighty warriors, brilliant strategists, you have impressed us with your feats of strength, your incisive wit, and your sturdy bellies. But the main event, as you know, is yet to come. Only 2 teams will be chosen to compete in the final challenge, a race through the Emerald Grotto, in the depths of which the greatest prize awaits. The elderly orc is Elder Ushru, and he explains that he and Elder Kulba Kaz, who's a goblin, who is also the guy at the riddle table, will choose 2 teams from among the festival's most successful contestants and invite them to engage in a race through a submerged grotto. Elder Kulba Kaz joins Elder Ushru on the platform. They are consulting up there, pointing their fingers into the crowd, whispering to each other. They eventually decide on 2 teams. They decide on Kervroth, Kalmir, Reginine, Veldrin, and Zavar, and the other team is Ao, Dermot, Maggie, Galistrade, and Irvin. They lead you to the edge of the river. You proceed with the elders to the southeastern edge of the Jigao, and what seems like the entire population in procession behind you. The atmosphere is one of anticipation and excitement. You follow the elders as they wade through the shallows from one island to another over in this area. You follow the elders as they wade. When you reach the smallest island, Elder Kulbu Kaz places potions of water breathing in front of each of you. He says their magic lasts for 1 hour. Then Elder Ushru halts the crowd and raises his arms to address all assembled. He says, "You brave and valiant individuals have triumphed in many challenges this day. Now the final test of merit awaits you." He pulls a palm-sized gold and emerald amulet from his robes and holds it up. He says, "This metal's twin has been placed in the deepest cavern of the Emerald Grotto. Be the first to claim the Emerald Eye and return it to this place. Be declared Jigao's champion of merit." And we'll take a break, and when we come back, it'll be the race to get the Emerald Eye out of the Emerald Grotto. Before we start this, you guys got the equivalent of a short rest before this starts, so feel free to spend hit dice and regain powers that recharge on a short rest. The objective is to descend into the Emerald Grotto, and the entrance to the Emerald Grotto is on the smallest island here in the first area. The entrance is narrow, leads into a murky pool of water, and very quickly it looks like you'll be completely under. Of course, you each have potions of water breathing for those of you who can't breathe water. You have the medals that you've won, and none of those medals require attunement, so you can use any of them. And I think that's it. Does anyone have any? Oh, and the item you're coming in the Emerald Grotto to pick or to recover is a palm-sized gold and emerald amulet, and you have a picture. You have seen its twin, so you'll know it when you see it. You need to find it down here in this cavern complex and return back up to the surface with it.
Did those medals last for an hour, the effects?
Yeah.
Okay, so we could do them now and just then we don't have to worry about it going into it.
Well, except for they're only a one-time thing. If you want to ever use them later, there's the Medal of Wit. It gives you intelligence saving throws, and let's see, the other medals that you won were, you won the Maze, you won the Meat Pie, at least some of you did. You won the Horizon Back medal, the Conch medal, if you won one of those. And the Wit one is the one that does not have that's the top blue area there. Yeah, you can definitely use those. So if you want to trigger any of those, you can do that now. Those of you who want some.
What is the movement speed for swimming?
Swim speed's half. Potion of water breathing doesn't give you a swim speed, but does let you breathe water.
So, Kalmir, would you like to trade for a potion? This metal smells like meat pies. Would you like to... Oh, I don't know if you're back.
Yeah, sure, that'd be great. I don't know what the meat pies does, but sure.
Oh, it gives you temporary hit points. 2d6 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2 temporary hit points.
Oh, 2d4?
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I should get these glasses. All right. I'll trade you. Because you can already swim.
Yeah,
right?
you already can swim. So I'd give you a swim speed equal to your walk speed. That'd be perfect.
Right,
okay.
I'll do that, and then I'll pop mine.
Okay. Everyone roll initiative, please.
Can you roll that for me, Tom?
Yeah.
Oh,
and Kalmir gets to add 1d8 to his initiative.
3 more, so you got 14.
Oops. No, it'd be to Kalmir, so it'd be 27.
Sorry. Okay. Let me take the sharks out. 7 to Kalmir, 13 to Kirvaroth. Okay, so 3 of you got above a 15. And what that means is you were the first ones in. The other team is behind you guys. So you descend into the first cave ahead. I'm just going to move just Cal, and the rest of you can stay where you're at for space reasons. The first cave you come to looks like the light that trickles in from the grotto's entrance is blotted out by the thick patches of kelp that fill this underwater chamber. The tops of the kelp fronds brush the ceiling, but between them you can see a glimmer of light coming from farther ahead. So it's a little bit abstract as you move through here. Basically, there's like a race progression that varies by what you do in each room. So in the grotto entrance, which was before you entered this first cave, it takes you around to dive into the water and traverse the room. This assumes you all go together. If you separate, you understand there's some severe dangers down here that might be bad for, but you can let me know if you'd like to still.
Split the party. No, sorry.
In the kelp tangle, to get through the kelp tangle, you must make a DC 13 strength athletics group check. And the result of that check will determine how long it takes you to get through one round or two. So everyone make a strength athletics check.
Any rules?
No.
Everybody or just the ones in the first group?
Everybody. You were given no rules. You could kill other characters, but that'd be murder. So you choose appropriately.
It is D&D, though.
So it's a group check. So do we have to have 2 or 3?
3. You have to have 3 successes.
Okay, then I'm going to use one of mine because it looks like it's a Varfeld. I'm going to use my Chronomancy feature so that's going to be Chronal Shift and Reginine. You can re-roll.
All right, thank you. As the French would say.
There's a
16.
success. Okay, so you guys are 2
Oh,
rounds.
18.
You guys are 2 rounds in now. It's on the map where you guys can all see it. So you guys get through the first 2 rooms in just 2 rounds, and you press on ahead to an intersection. You can go one of 2 ways. Which way would you like to go, Cal?
I'd like to try to find some place behind me, that I can, freeze the water behind us, but I don't know how long it will last. Trying to reconnect here.
It lasts an hour if you're using ship water.
Oh, thank you. Lasts an hour. Yeah, that might make it bad for us to get out. All right, so what do y'all think? Just right and left, any other information? Can we do a nature check to see?
Let me check what else you see when you get there.
Shane, if you use shape water to freeze it, and then we come back, can you unfreeze it with shape water?
It's an action for him to dismiss it. So yeah, you can just use an action to get rid of it.
Well, yeah, so I'll try to freeze the tunnel behind us at some point.
The cavern fork. Silvery moonlight filters in through a gap in the chamber stone ceiling ahead. The path through the grotto splits. So no real good idea which way is best.
I've got this. Right. Give me a moment.
You're going to augur? Yeah.
I take my dodecahedron and I close my eyes and murmur to myself. And my eyes glow piercing bright through the darkness. And I'm going to cast Locate Object. On the palm-sized.
Got it.
Do I get a specific direction in which way that is?
Yeah, to the east.
Okay.
You guys want to take the eastern one then, or the southern?
Let's go east.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna trust my party member.
All right.
With the skills.
East you go. Come around the bend.
And we've got the way behind the main passageway is frozen because of Shane.
Correct. Okay, so you get to here. You can see into this chamber. So let's see here. It took you 2 rounds to pick which path you're going to take as you cast the spell. You can read your way around it instead of just going. So, of course, it's going to take probably a long time to get through the ice. So you come into this room here and you see the walls, ceiling, and floor of the chamber are covered in bioluminescent algae, which emits a faint bluish glow that dimly lights the wide cavern. You see 2 large stone pillars, also coated with the algae, and the far pillar has a thick patch of bone white seagrass by it.
Are these dangerous kinds of grass, or are they just...
You might know already. You have nature skill, right?
I do indeed.
So the thing I sent you would be applicable if you have it handy. If not, I'll tell you what it is.
The thing you sent me.
So with your character, I might send you like secret knowledge that your character might know. And you do know that this is ghost grass. And ghost grass will try and hamper your movement and drain your life out. So you don't want to get close to that white seagrass.
Do not go close to the white grass. It will suck the life from you and kill you, and you'll be a lifeless corpse. You can
try to swim past the stuff and not get touched by any of it with a dexterity saving throw DC 12.
Oh, I can try that.
Okay, Cal, go ahead.
Party or?
It'll be every one of you. I'll have to make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw.
Oh, are you guys good with that then? That's alright. It's not just.
Well, we'll find out.
Or you backtrack
yes,
the other way.
I'm gonna say with you. Okay, yeah. Let's. Promise you'll just roll that for me. I can't get roll 20 to do its thing.
Dexterity. Yeah, you made it by a mile. Got 2 more saves to go.
Just one. Oh no, sorry, there isn't. 2 more.
Yeah.
I was looking at 4 people in a row. I was like, I count 4.
I nailed
Use
it.
my
I got it.
inspiration on this. Bad lot of good it did me.
You didn't have to use inspiration because you have danger sense, so you can automatically have advantage. Okay.
I gotta learn my.
So what I do
That would be good.
is I swim right into the pillar.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I do.
So Cal makes it through, Kara makes it through, Zavran makes it through. Veldrin and Reginine, you both get tangled up in the grass. It reaches out, gets you. You're both restrained. You take, Reginine, you take 3 necrotic. Veldrin, you take 1 necrotic. But you are restrained, and you're going to take damage every turn. You can use an action to try and free yourself or another creature within your reach with a successful DC 12 Strength Athletics check.
I'm gonna reach deep to my.
So let's go in initiative. Let's go in initiative order here. Cal, you could help one of those two with a DC 12 Strength Athletics check if you like. Oh, you can't roll that, so I'll roll it for you. You, let's see. Barbarian should be able to make it by a mile. So Reginine is out. And then Veldrin.
I'm reaching deep into my past lives for that well of rage.
So that's a 13 on an athletics check. And yeah, when you rage, when Veldrin rages, you all see spectral warriors appear. And if you had enemies, well, they start like ripping the grass away from Veldrin. And Veldrin gets out, and you guys can continue on. So, race progression. It takes at least 2 rounds to traverse the chamber, plus the number of rounds it takes for characters who are caught to get free. So it took you 3 rounds. So 4 and 3 is 7. All right, so you guys are at 7 now. Tunnel continues ahead. Tunnel's passing over another tunnel, so I'm going to be kind of close to the edge of it and other rooms below. These tunnels like move together, but intertwine with each other. So that's why I'm this guy, so you don't see that. So you guys come through here into this chamber. So you're all following Cal into the chamber. Not necessarily the order you're in. Be in a different order if it matters when the time comes. But when you get to this chamber, the tunnel opens into a cavernous space. Rays of moonlight shine through a wide crack in the ceiling, which sits 10 feet above the water level. One side of the chamber is covered in the crumbled and muddy remains of a landslide. You can see an exit to the left. Cal, exit to the left.
And it's just that one exit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the mudslide is basically this whole side of the cave right there.
How long does that locate object last?
An
hour.
Oh, okay. Is it still?
What are you thinking? Which way should we go then, friend?
Oh,
Yeah.
10
Towards
minutes.
the
Sorry.
mudslide, or
I should probably still know.
Yeah, it's only been less than a minute.
It is concentration. So
I haven't gotten hurt.
Concentration mark on you,
so
we don't forget. From your position where Cal is, it's to the northeast.
All right, go north.
All right.
this way. Yeah.
Let's see here.
Spellcaster.
As you swim through the area, ripples course through the water as more rocky debris begins to slide toward you down the side. Each of you must make a DC 14 dexterity saving throw to get out of there in time. Rocks are crashing down upon you. In fact, this is for either 10 or 5 bludgeoning. DC 14 dex saving throw for 5 bludgeoning.
Yeah, I'm going to just take it. You said it was 10 bludgeoning?
10, save for half. DC 14 dex save to take half.
Look at me. All nimble.
Saving my second chronal later.
So you were looking for an exit to the north, and I forgot here. It's partially buried. So it took a DC 10 intelligence investigation check to find it. So Cal, go to make that check first, and if you fail, we'll try someone else. DC 10 intelligence investigation. You can't roll that. I keep asking you. It is. Oh, you were able to roll. Okay, so you got an 8.
Yeah, I mean, you got a 20.
I know, Kervroth. Kervroth finds it, no problem. It takes at least 2 rounds to traverse the room. If no character succeeds on the check, to locate the exit, 2 more rounds. Okay, so this took you 2 rounds then. All of you should have taken either 10 points or 5 points of damage. So make sure you update your hit points.
So even if you pass.
So Evan, you just click your token. There's an 18 in the green circle on the top left.
Yeah, I got you.
And then only one concentrating here is Zavar. So Zavar, make a Constitution saving throw to maintain your concentration.
I would be delighted to.
DC 10.
Hmm.
Ooh, okay, so you locate objects down, but last you knew.
You know what? I am going to chrono shift that. I think it's something that would actually be beneficial to us.
Go for it.
My hero.
So roll again, Zavar.
Oh.
Okay. So then you guys swim out of this room and down the tunnel, which descends even deeper, eventually taking you guys to, again, I'm close to the edge because there's other levels that you're going by.
I will put a hand on Karen Roth. There's no N there, RL. Karen Roth, and I'll bring you up to full hit points. What is that?
10.
Full hit points for, it would be 10.
Okay. I'll bring you up to 10. That leaves me
Should leave you with 5
remaining.
Well, thank you very much.
Most welcome.
Karavroth notes your name in a little black book he carries as someone who should be saved when the time comes.
All right.
Ooh.
You make your way into this chamber.
Nobody else looks messed up, right?
You can see it continues to the east, and the chamber that you see that you come to here. A school of tiny fish, their bodies shimmering in the dim light, swirls in formation like an undulating silvery pillar. Small, harmless, silvery fish here. Nothing else in the room?
Do we have Tom? Did those of us that played the frozen sick? Were we having that stuff that we came in with, or what?
Yeah, like Cal, you should have 2 potions or 2 scrolls of detect magic, I think.
Perfect.
Dagger
Yeah,
plus
that's
1,
what I was
arrow
gonna
plus 1.
suggest that we use as that detector.
Wait, was there a pregame?
I mean, I can give you this.
There was no pregame,
And
no,
then,
but you could have played your
no.
characters to get them to their level some other place
Oh,
if you wanted.
that would have been so fun to play it.
Cal, you want to cast that now?
So with that,
Is that what you're saying?
well, I can't cast it, but I can.
Karavroth will use one of his and
Okay.
cast it.
So Karabath, you cast Detect Magic. There's no magic in the area except what you guys carry. That's concentration, and it will last for 10 minutes. There you go.
All right.
Zavar will take
So
your concentration
well,
off.
Cal will swim across the the side of the tunnel, trying
Okay.
to stay away from the fish
Gotcha.
as best he can.
So when Cal gets up to there, everyone put you guys where you want to be when he's there.
If it's giant octopus, it'll be okay. If it's an aboleth,
Since I'm detecting magic, I should be right behind you.
I think I'm at the back because I'm swimming with one arm. So.
While Cal's walking, Zavar is going to catch him with a cure wound.
Nice. Go ahead and do the Cure Wounds, Zavar.
Yeah.
So
You
if
feel
you think,
like an itching sensation.
there you go, Cal. Back up to
it's
full.
not 10.
All right. All of a sudden, Veldrin, you notice the silvery fish kind of dart away in different directions, and from underneath one of the kelp bed area, like the edge of the cave, come out a swarm of much more dangerous fish.
Uh-oh.
Roll initiative, everyone.
Good roll. Good roll. Oh, not bad. Not
Nice
bad.
rolls, everyone.
And add a 1d8 to your share.
Don't bother. You're already the highest in the party.
Yeah,
29.
but now he gets to know.
29.
30.
No, 28. 28 for Shane. 22 for me.
Okay. Kirvroth, you're first. You can see a swarm of fish, each like the size of a piranha, basically.
Shane is first with 28.
You see a swarm of piranha-like fish coming at Veldrin.
Well, being well acquainted with underwater things, I reckon my bow will. Oh wait, but if we have a swim speed, can we use bows normally with the underwater combat?
That's only for melee attacks.
Okay, only.
So since you have a swim speed, you can do all melee attacks normal. Ranged attacks have to be crossbow, net, javelin, spear, trident, or dart.
20 over to here, and then try to pull his rapier and try to.
You might not be familiar with Swashbuckler yet, but I think you want to have no one adjacent to you also.
Is it to me or is it to the?
I thought it was to you, but maybe I'm wrong.
I'll check here.
Let's just see.
Yeah. So.
We're only target in 5 feet of you. Only the target is within 5 feet of you. Yeah, so you want only the target within 5 feet of you. No allies. Okay, so you use the top one there. The rapier was an 8 to hit, and that's a miss.
That's what I got.
What else, Cal?
Do I? Well, Cal's gonna go ahead and swim away. I don't provoke because of the spark.
That is correct.
But if not, I'll
No, you don't provoke.
I will swim away.
Okay, after Cal, Kirvroth.
And I think this went without saying that my Al DeLorean is in an extra dimensional chamber because he can't swim underwater.
Gotcha.
I will. Karavroth is going to cast Mind Sliver. No. Mind Sliver on the. No, we'll do Magic Missile on the fish.
Okay.
So that's going to be 5, 3, 4. Total of
12 points of force damage. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, after you, Zavar, your turn. Zavar?
Okay. Can you hear me? Sorry. I'm having some. Okay.
No, I can hear you fine.
Okay. So, a piercing white light.
You're cutting out. So, piercing white light, is that Sacred Flame you're doing? Sacred Flame. Okay, dexterity save through DC 13. The swarm of fish part, and the bolt goes right through the middle of them, doing no harm. After Zavar.
Can you tell us just a bit? They threw him because of the roll. Oh, yeah.
What was the question, Shane? They made their dex save and did no damage.
Yeah, they made it.
Yeah.
See, yeah.
Okay, Veldrin, your turn.
Veldrin will pull out his javelin and try and skewer some of those nasty little fishies.
7 is a miss.
Like
what else, Veldrin?
He's gonna miss. Sit tight.
After Veldrin, Reginine, your turn.
So I used that medallion, so my walk speed matched my swim speed. Does
Correct.
that mean I'm still at disadvantage?
No, that means you make melee attacks with the regular no disadvantage.
All right. Well, I'm going to, because I've waited a month, up to 5 weeks to a month to say this, but I'm going to take my glaive and I'm going to attack with my glaive with my one hand, two-handedly. Obviously, I only have one arm, but I'm going to still attack with two arms.
That hit.
21 for 9.
9 does 4 to it. It kind of parts and resists some of the damage from you. And then its turn. The swarm closes in on Veldrin, and as the fish swarm all around your barbarian friend, they bite at him. 16 to hit you, Veldrin, for 15 points, except they're below half hit points now. So that means they only do 7 points of piercing, Veldrin. Okay, they're done. Then after them...
I'm fairly certain I still get normal sneak attack boots, right?
Yes. Yeah, if you have an ally adjacent, you're good. To your enemy, you're good.
I'm at rapier again. It's gonna hit. I know it is.
Ooh,
crit. that'll do.
That's 10,
so
25,
yeah.
24, 12 points of damage. You manage to rapier through like you have a whole kebab full of fish on the end of your rapier.
Just keep that in the backpack and find the fire later.
They're all gone. Okay, so it took you guys into the second round of combat, just barely, to fend off those fish. So 1 round. How many rounds of combat? So 3 rounds. Okay, so we got 3 rounds, and we're up to 12 rounds. So closing on the exit. You haven't searched any of these rooms that you've been through, because that'd take more time. If there was anything that you could see with your passive perception, I would have told you. So now as you swim into the next room, go ahead and set up your marching order with Cal, like right there. And everyone else where they are behind him.
Y'all want to search these rooms on the way out?
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, you note that.
Well, we should.
You could do that on the way out. I mean, after you win the race, maybe.
Come back after we win. It wouldn't surprise me if that other group attacks.
I'm going to use the last 5. Oh, you can hear me
Were
now?
we supposed to find the medallion before we exited the cave, though?
Yeah, you have to bring it back. You have to bring the medallion back. You have to find it and bring it out.
Hopefully it's down there.
So you come into this cave and you see silvery light dances along the walls of this underwater cave. The water here is a little warmer, and a gentle current pulls you toward a crevice in the south wall that emits shimmering golden light. Unfortunately, prowling around the cave's pillar is a massive shark.
Sorry, go ahead.
A gold amulet hangs from a thick rope tied around the shark's body, and a silver spear protrudes from its side.
So, Tom, we were allowed to, for virtual weekend, do the heroic campaign background, like roll randomly for that when doing our characters. For your campaign, does any of that carry over?
All the story aspects do. None of the magic items do.
Okay.
Or feats, or
special
skills,
abilities.
or special abilities. No.
Okay.
Nothing that gives you more than a regular character would have.
And that is fair.
Okay, so you get to there, but all the story stuff does, so definitely do it. Record all the story stuff, and you can kind of reskin stuff in the story to match your character as you like.
The only thing was the speak with animals part of it. I assumed that was not the case, but...
Okay, so this shark comes into view. It's got the amulet you're looking for around its neck, golden spear protruding from its side, and roll initiative.
Well, look at these rolls. I got a negative number, and you got a 20. That's the best.
You could use your Shane. I couldn't remember if you remembered, so I did it.
So the shark is like the shark is accelerating towards you guys, opening up its mouth to attack. You all beat it on initiative except for Reginine, who somehow loses to a 1.
That's right.
And
negative.
Kevroth, you are first act. What do you want to do, Kevroth?
Kevroth is going to cast invisibility on Calmier and say...
Now you know what you know. You know as a character what you know as a person. Things might happen underwater being invisible.
Mechanically, are you saying that mechanically it doesn't work the same way?
There might be a void there. Might be bubbles. There might be a lot of indicators.
It is a shark too, though. So
sharks might smell things.
All
that good
or
stuff.
Electricity.
Yeah.
Electricity, too.
Yeah, they actually use
That
electricity.
probably only lasts for one round.
Okay, so Kervroth, invisibility.
Well,
And then what else are you going to do after that?
Yeah, I'm still doing it because sharks hunt by sight. And then I'm going to move up to here.
Okay. And concentration is now on invisibility, not detect magic. You're done.
Correct.
Cal, shark's coming your way.
So, is there any chance that I could get up there and get that medallion off of its neck with quick fingers?
You might be able to cut it free with like a dagger by attacking the rope around the shark instead of the shark.
Yeah.
It looks like it's tied pretty securely, so you'd actually have to cut it.
Okay, perfect. And then this light down here, does this look like sunlight coming through? Or
Yeah, it does.
Do you have any idea what that is?
It does look like a golden
not big
light,
enough
like
to
sunlight
slice it.
coming.
I think we're going to have to find it, y'all. So Kyle's going to try. And hopefully it can't see me. So I might have advantage on this.
It cannot. You are invisible. It would be just like an octopus's camouflage ability.
With the rapier. See what happens. An 18?
A 12,
or
unfortunately, misses. He does have blind sight, so.
Oh, does he? Okay.
Alright. 12 misses. No worries. So I can go keep moving. Hopefully, friends going to come down here. And then I think if I'm over here, I'd have a chance to hide, maybe. I'll try to move after it does.
Yeah, you can use your bonus to
I'll
hide.
walk in it.
Go for it. After Cal, Veldrin, your turn.
I have my swim speed. Just gonna swim out.
You know you need to take damage before if you rage, or else at the end of your turn, the rage ends.
I
So
need
you
to
can't
take
rage when you're not
damage.
fighting something. You could definitely move half your speed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to there, throw a javelin and rage.
Oh, I gotta attack.
You have to
a
attack
hostile.
or have taken damage that round. Can't rage just to rage.
Okay, well I'm gonna javelin attack.
Well, you can't move that far, right? You're here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because you do not have a swim speed, right?
I do not.
Okay, so you can get that far with a single move. And then you can hurl a javelin at it.
Yes,
And
that's
rage.
what I can do.
Okay, a 12 is a miss, but you are raging. Put a rage marker on your guy. Spectre warriors appear. They'll hinder the attacks of your enemies. First creature you hit on your turn till start your next turn, rage ends. Disadvantage attack other creatures, okay? So after Veldrin, Zavar, your turn.
Okay, Zavar is going to peek around the corner for a moment, and he's going to draw upon his drow heritage to cast Fairy Fire.
Ooh, nice.
So that is because I have low charisma, it's a DC 10.
All right, here's his
Dex save.
dexterity saving throw. Ooh, he sheds the fairy light. What else, Zavar?
That's my turn.
The shark, maw agape, closes on Kervroth and Veldrin, and 1 through 3, it is Veldrin. Veldrin takes the brunt of it as the shark closes and bites at you. You are without full hit points, so it's a 26 to hit you for 38 piercing, 19 because you're raging. So Veldrin takes a bite that could have cut any of you in half, and somehow manages to survive and beat the shark off of him. Reginine, your turn.
That would have killed me outright.
Oh, this is difficult terrain to
At
go
full
around.
hit
Like,
points, it would have killed me outright.
So
Is it
you
just-
could
is it-
go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there, 6, however far you want to go.
I will do that, and bonus action, I will Hunter's Mark.
Got it?
On
Can you use that spear in it?
I don't know. That seems like it's a dexterity thing, like to shove it in. Could I take an action to try to shove the spear deeper into the shark?
The spear is made out of silver. It is embedded in the shark. The shark seems to be glowing with kind of a silvery illumination now that you're all close to it. And the origin of that silvery illumination seems to be coming from the spear.
Oh, nice. Yeah, pull it out.
Oh well, so can I? That seems like a dexterity thing. But I will
Make a strength athletics check, please.
Oh, okay. So still Hunter's Mark. So just in case.
Got it.
And Hunter's Mark 6 is that?
Ooh,
8.
no,
sorry.
it doesn't budge. It
Okay.
does not budge. Anything else? After
That's
Reginine,
it.
the round's over. Your friends are still not here to help you. Kervroth, your turn.
All right. Kervroth is going to use his inspiration to Shocking Grasp
Nice.
with advantage.
Okay.
Are we in the water?
Yeah, so it does extra damage.
Okay.
22's a hit. 1 lightning. No reactions.
And then he's going to move. 1, 2. Can I go to here? Like, is that a space there?
Nope. Less than half the square, so no.
So then I can only move to there. So I move to there. And that is my turn.
Okay, Cal, your turn.
Cal's gonna try to sneak around here and hopefully stab him unseen. Now, is this a strength check to get that out? Yeah, Cal's just gonna try to stab him.
Go for it.
Cal
You were
gained
successful
1.
in your hide, so you have advantage. Ooh, good thing. That's a hit.
23 for 19.
19 piercing damage to the thing.
Oh god, that barely moved it. We've got to get that spear out now.
After Kalmir, Veldrin, your turn.
Yeah.
Can I try and pull the spear out, or
That's an
There's
action
no reaction,
if you want to do it.
I will
but
take
it has
that
no
action.
reaction.
It's a strength check, strength athletics. You have advantage because you're raging, so you rip the spear out of it. The silvery
Great job.
light seems to contract. The shark shudders for a second from that. You can do a regular great axe attack and damage. That's what damage the spirit. So roll a great axe attack, Veldrin. Ooh, nice roll.
Yeah.
14, 15,
Whoa.
16 points of damage the shark took from that. As you kind of, rip the spear out jaggedly out of its body, throw it to the side. The room goes dark, except for the shining golden light coming from the south. So there's still enough light to see. Anything else, Veldrin?
No, I can't do anything else.
After
without taking
Veldrin,
Well,
Zavar, your turn.
So you can move.
I'm
Free
gonna
action, tell him to move.
creep up to Veldrin. Oh,
You do want to move Veldrin because he can't cast a spell from Kirvoth's
Yeah.
space. So
I'm
There's
gonna
no reaction.
move right next to the shark, tap Veldrin on the shoulder, and the light is going to pour from his wounds as I cure his wounds again.
after
And I'm going to stay there, I guess.
after Zavar, the shark's turn. Shark still trying to rip Veldrin apart. That's a hit for 20, which becomes 10.
Oh,
Yeesh.
10 damage, Veldrin. Reginine, your turn.
go.
All right. I don't have a bone. So I'm gonna bonus action vow of amenity.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna attack with my glaive. Where did you go, glaive?
20 is a hit,
So,
thanks to your vow.
20 for 15.
15 slashing. You guys are nearly halfway through it. After Reginine, round's over. Round 3, your friends still aren't here. Kirvroth, your turn.
All right. Karavroth is going to cast Magic Missile.
3 missiles dart into the thing, doing 9
9
points of force
damage.
damage to it. Then Kalmir, your turn.
Alright, trying to sneak up again here. Try to say hello. More.
What was your high check?
It was a 20 plus.
Then you are advantage. 22.
I'll crit again for 22.
Nice.
Try to do the same.
The shark is badly wounded, thrashing about now, blood all over the water. Veldrin, your turn.
All right, I'm going to wind up with that spear I pulled out of the shark. Try and poke it right in there again.
Okay. You could do a great axe attack and just reroll the damage if you want, or you can manually roll all of it. Okay, so that's a hit for sure. Roll a d6 plus 5 for damage. No, spear's d8. D8 plus 5 for damage. 12 points of damage.
Nice damage.
Anything else, Veldrin?
That's all.
Zavara, your turn.
No, gonna do my healbot roll and pop another cure wounds into Veldrin.
Oh no, not so much this time. Will it be enough? As the shark tries to rip into Veldrin with another bite, 24 to hit for 41 damage, doing 20 points damage to the barbarian. Now Veldrin's lifeless body is floating around the water, blood everywhere. Then Veldrin's alive.
Dead?
No, he's alive.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, he's not moving.
Holy man.
Reginine, your turn.
With the damage that shark is doing, saying lifeless body does. I mean, it is theoretically possible.
Reginine connects, doing 17 slashing.
17 for 17.
Taking almost half of its remaining hit points. Kirvroth, your turn.
All right. Karavroth is going to not use his last first level, and instead is going to mind liver the shark.
Go for it.
13 intelligence save or
save.
7 psychic.
Intelligence. Holy shit, he
Ooh.
made it. It's got a 1 intelligence and he made it.
Very
This is
smart shark.
He rolled a 19 on the die. Anything else, Kirvroth?
No.
Kalmir, your turn.
Cal's gonna try to sneak up again with the 20 plus, see if he can finish his shark before it eats his barbarian friend.
Advantage on the attack. 18's a hit.
An 18 for 11? That's not enough. That's
Not
enough.
quite enough. So close. Then, let's see, 1 through 3, it'll attack Zavar. No, it goes after Reginine.
Good.
Veldrin, your guardians are down, I think, when you go unconscious. So the bite's on Reginine.
Does Zavar get... No.
26 to hit for 32 piercing. Reginine goes lifeless.
Miss.
Did Zavar have a chance to go before the shark there?
Did I drop out of initiative?
I think so, because I had gone
You
and then
went.
Veldrin didn't roll a death save.
Yeah, how'd I get all the way to the
Veldrin
shark
is
again?
fine.
You were way up there. It should be Veldrin, then Zavar. So Veldrin, death save. Well, Reginine, just think of this as a vision you had. That's going to come into place in a second.
The 20. Come up with one.
Death save, Veldrin. Not initiative.
There you go.
19, 1 success.
Oh,
Zavara, your turn.
Get back up here, bud.
6 hit points back, Veldrin. Shark rips into Reginine.
Oh, no.
Reginine's unconscious. Reginine, death save. One failure on Reginine. Rounds over. Kirvroth, your turn.
All right. Kirvroth's going to use his last first level spell, Magic Missile.
That's going to guarantee a win. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Out of 4,
Nice.
8.
you cut down the shark with the magic missiles. And your friends still are not there. I secretly knew that Ice Plug would be kind of a bane and a help the whole time.
You keep saying friends. Cal doesn't feel that way at all. Like, I swear.
Okay, so you got to get Reginine back. He's dying there. Does anyone have any healing they can give him? David, you were healed for 6 last round, so you can get back up to 6 hit points for Veldrin.
On mine, I'll try to medicine him just to stabilize him.
I will pray for your guidance.
So I had a 16 to stabilize him.
So he's stable. Does anyone have any way to get him hit back hit point wise?
I do not.
Nope. Add a spell points.
We didn't get like a free potion of healing, did we?
No, not since season
I didn't think
9, 10.
No.
When did that last happen? Okay, so
Probably should have bought a potion of healing.
yeah, you have
before
enough
we
gold
did
for it, I'm sure.
I did. I am going to note that I will be buying a potion of healing after this.
Okay, so you guys can drag Reginine out, but as the body was as the shark was dying and the last magic missiles were going into its body, the thing started thrashing about, and as it did,
Oh no!
It dropped a potion of healing.
the dying shark slams into the stone pillar in the south end of the cavern. The pillar cracks under the force, teeters, then crashes down against the south wall. The wall fractures and collapses, revealing a passage awash in golden light. So now, the south wall, instead of being this little crevice that you can barely see through, is actually a 5-foot wide passage that goes that direction, and it's bathed in golden light. You take the amulet off of the shark. You have it in your hand now. You can try and return with the amulet, or check out that passage of golden light.
Oh, check that passage out.
You
There
swim
could be
up.
a potion of healing in there.
Yeah, you swim up the tunnel, and the cramped passage bends upward until the tunnel becomes vertical. Golden light radiates from the upper end of the shaft. You come into a chamber. The watery environment gives way to a cavern dotted with trees and pools of water. The walls are covered in vines of green ivy, interspersed with colorful flowers. Part of the cavern is open to the sky above. The light's not coming from there, it's night out. In the middle of the cavern is a sphere of pale light, surrounding a crystal pedestal, upon which rests a golden pendant attached to a fine golden chain.
I thought the shark had a thing on it.
The shark had the pendant you're looking for, the emerald gem, but this one's different.
Oh.
This golden pendant on a fine golden chain is what's providing this golden light in the chamber.
Well,
I'll grab it.
Okay.
when we get
You're
close enough and
unconscious,
see if there's a
Reginine.
symbol
Does anyone
on
who's
it.
conscious want to grab it?
I'd like to just check to see if there's like a holy symbol on it or something before.
No, holy symbol. It's just plain gold.
You want to use another detect magic scroll? You can use one.
I'm just unless Shane wants to give me one of his.
Yeah, you
then I
can use
would.
one of mine. That's fine.
Okay,
Yeah, use
then-
mine.
all right,
It is-
then
it
I
is
will
magical.
use it. I'm going
I mean,
to
it's
pick
glowing.
it up. Do I know?
You see an aura
what kind of
vis-
magic?
You
is
see
it?
an aura of visible magic. The
Doesn't
aura
detect magic?
is abjuration.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it
What's the
up.
worst thing that
All
happens?
right.
We all die and have to roll new character.
That's right. So you touch the amulet. When you do, the same time you do, from behind you, Ao steps into the chamber, having finally broken through, and the rest of the group are behind you there, and they witness what you witness, or they witness you witnessing something. They might not have seen the same thing you saw, but this is what you saw. Oh, and here's a picture to look at while I describe it. The light around the pedestal fades as a spectral figure in the form of a male human rises from the amulet. He is dressed in leather armor and tattered red cape and wears a shield. His face is framed by curly brown hair and bears a melancholic expression. He pleads, "I am in prison. Please help me." Suddenly the ground vanishes beneath your feet, and you fall tumbling through a vortex of golden light. You fall deeper, 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 then suddenly stop. The golden light subsides, and you find yourselves suspended in a pitch black expanse. You feel water wooing you. A vermilion light appears in the distance, illuminating the melancholy warrior, who is shackled now to the ground by disgusting strands of a fleshy, crimson substance. He raises his gaze to the heavens and sobbing chokes out, "Moonweaver, I beg of you, guide those with the power to save me to the site where first I prayed to you." He looks around and his eyes settle on you. Oh gods. You feel his little spark of hope as he says, "My name is Elixion. I am lost in darkness. Long ago I prayed to the Changebringer in the heart of a temple of evil. I beg you, take my jewel," and you feel consciousness leaving you as if the presence of the water were crushing the life out of you. Elixion's voice is the last thing you hear before you pass out. "Save me, please." You awaken to find and her friends attempting to rouse you. "I didn't see what you saw, but you felt lifeless at the end of it." They ask you to describe what you saw to them. You can if you like. "Since you have retrieved the Emerald Eye, I concede the competition to you, and you found something very strange here. I congratulate you on a race well run. Stay here as long as you like, but we're going to head back. We'll see you back in the city," she says.
Would you all have any healing you could help our friend with?
Oh, Dermot.
You know, a touch or something.
Dermot will help. I liked him. He was kind to me in the temple, Dermot says. Yeah. He lays down a Cure Wounds on Reginine. So Reginine, you get a D8 plus 3 hit points back. You can roll it. So you're left there by Ao and her company to collect your thoughts, to collect the golden amulet that you have, and to return back to the city of Jigao. You, of course, search on your way back out. You do find one thing you'd missed on the way through. Let's see. Well, first of all, the amulet. At some point, I'm sure you'll do a identify on it, and this is what
yes.
This is what you find out about it. It's a story item, so you'll only be able to have one of you will have it, and it won't count against your magic items. So you guys can decide who's going to be carrying it. It's a glittering golden disc attached to a fine golden chain. When you wear it, it resizes to fit you as a necklace. It gives you +1 to armor class. As an action, you can make it bright to 15 feet, dim to 15 more feet, or turn it off. It has 3 charges, which it gets back all of them at dawn. And as an action, you can cast invisibility.
Ooh.
So 3 times a day invisibility and +1 to armor class. And it's a story item, so it does not count against your total magic items. And you'll always have it with you in the... Okay, then as you backtrack through the tunnels, you went through, let's see, tunnel E6. Nothing in the Quipper room. The room before that was the landslide. So when you search the landslide room, you find like a hollow or a buried part of the chamber in the back up here. And in that part of the chamber, you find Potion of Healing and a soggy but usable Scroll of Thunderwave. Potion of Healing and Scroll of Thunderwave. Those of you who did not need your water breathing, you walk out with a water breathing potion, which you can then share with someone else in the future.
Perfect.
So you got the water breathing potions. Those of you who haven't used your medals still have your medals. That is the end of the adventure. When you return back to Jigao and present the Emerald Eye to Elder Ushru, he declares you the winners of this year's Festival of Merit. The ecstatic crowd surrounds you and offers congratulations, and you are given a 100 gold piece reward and an invitation to stay the night at the Unbroken Tusk Inn free of charge. You gain a level if you want. Optimum level next time is 4th level. You'll each get 20 gold pieces from trading, your magic items, the reward, and the room. And then one of you will be carrying the jewel. You'll all have access to the water breathing, healing, and thunder, and whichever medals you got individually. And that's the end.
So